Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra Carter.
Hi, Mark here. I got to tell you, I just woke up a little while ago and I just realized I'm in Wisconsin.
Yeah, just now hitting you, right?
It
takes a little bit to set in sometimes.
Yeah, it does. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give Wisconsin the weather here. So
yeah, our weather is pretty warm for Wisconsin, though I can see why you'd be confused.
it's going to get warmer. Let's talk about that in just a bit here. There we go. Take a look. Okay, in fact, there we go. Patchy to dense fog out there right about now with a chance of showers and storm activity. Hey, we're going to see some warmer conditions today, getting up to those middle 80s. So expect the temperatures not only to get warm today, but they'll be warm tomorrow and continue into your weekend. I'm so sorry about that, but get out and enjoy it if you can. But the fog right now is in your locations, and you can see as you go all the way into areas by Sparta. You have like 1 mile of visibility. You're also picking up some fog and low cloud activity down to Boscobel as well. So please take it slow. All the way up in areas by Lady Smith, you're picking up some patchy fog there, and I'm sure by the eastern portions of your area, you're going to be seeing some dense fog too. So please stretch it down all the way down to La Crosse. You're going to pick up some fog along the way in the next hour or so. So again, drive safely and give the people in front of you and some space ahead as you're driving. Take care. Back to you.
All right, Art, thank you. 20 states are under heat alerts today, leaving some bizarre impacts around Las Vegas. It's so hot that glass has been shattering in some places. The heat is also impeding aircraft as it makes air less dense. The National Park Service says that prevented a helicopter rescue in California's Death Valley. Airlines say they've had to change Las Vegas flight times to cooler hours of the day. The temps in California also impact crop growth.
When we get these kind of extreme temperatures like this, we see a lot of our produce, whether it's fruits and nuts, as well as vegetables, they can actually slow down a little bit on the ripening side.
Experts say cows also make less milk when they're hot, and to them, this summer has been boiling. 3 GOP-led states are working to block the Biden administration's effort to lower student loan payments for millions of borrowers. The states of South Carolina, Alaska, and Texas all filed an emergency appeal asking for the U.S. Supreme Court to review the legality of the program. The Saving on a Valuable Education, or SAVE program, lowers monthly payments for nearly 8 million borrowers and was created after the High Court striked down a broader student loan forgiveness program. The Supreme Court could decide whether to block this program within a few weeks. Former Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley says she's releasing her delegates to the Republican National Convention and is urging them to support former President Trump. The former South Carolina governor said they need a president who will hold their enemies to account and get the economy back on track. President Joe Biden, meanwhile, getting ready for his first full day of NATO meetings in Washington. Meanwhile, former President Trump is taking advantage of the apparent fracture among Democrats. CBS's Jared Hill breaks it down for us.
Distinguished guest, welcome to the 2024 NATO Summit.
President Joe Biden in full voice kicked off the NATO Summit Tuesday night in Washington. The annual meeting is expected to have a big focus on Ukraine.
Make no mistake, Ukraine can and will stop Putin.
Biden's forceful tone comes as his White House, campaign, and allies on Capitol Hill
We're riding with Biden.
push back against concerns from within the party that he's not strong enough to win another term. The latest, Colorado Senator Michael Bennet. New Jersey Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill Tuesday urged Biden to lead through a process toward another nominee.
Advocating as strongly as possible that we have someone that can really take that case strongly and energetically to the voters.
I think he is energetically and effectively addressing those concerns.
In Florida, former President Donald Trump back on the campaign trail for the first time in over a week, poked at Biden's struggles.
He's a very bad guy. Don't feel sorry for him.
Trump teasing a possible running mate ahead of next week's convention.
They probably think I'm going to be announcing that Marco's going to be vice president. I don't know. Because that's a lot of press.
All as his former VP slammed the Republican Party's newly approved platform, which makes no mention of a decades-long call for a national abortion ban. Mike Pence calling the change a, quote, profound disappointment to the millions of pro-life Republicans.
2 of the senators on Trump's VP shortlist, J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio, took aim at Vice President Kamala Harris yesterday. And happening today, Rudy Giuliani is expected to face his creditors in bankruptcy court. The creditors have requested the judge put the former New York City mayor's finances under an independent trustee's control. They hope this will allow them to start collecting the money they're owed. Giuliani declared bankruptcy last year, but according to court records, he spent thousands of dollars every month on things like Amazon orders and steaming services. 2 children are dead and a woman injured after a Clark County stabbing. Officers were called to the 300 block of Oak Street in Abbotsford Friday. According to a press release, police found 2 children stabbed to death and an adult woman with stab wounds. The suspect, Victor Gomez Acosta, was found on scene with self-inflicted stab wounds. He's now being held on a $1 million cash bond in the Clark County Jail. The woman was taken to a local hospital where she's recovering. Her name has not been released. The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating a possible near miss between 2 planes over the skies of Syracuse, New York. Take a look at this video from a police dash cam. You can see right there the planes narrowly missing one another as one begins to land while the other is taking off. You see how close they are there. According to the website Flight Radar 24, the planes came roughly just 700 to 1,000 feet within one another. The Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee is working on making La Crosse safer for pedestrians. In May, the committee completed the Bicycle and Pedestrian Master Plan, a vision of what they hope to see in the next 10 years. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall reports.
Narcissus is a cyclist from Romania. He's spending the summer in La Crosse. He says he feels safe biking around town.
Romania is completely different. We don't have bike lanes.
The city's Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee wants to add more, making biking safer on streets like Highway 53.
We're looking at just more protection for cyclists and a buffer from cars.
According to Dinkle, cyclists tell the committee they hope to stay off the main route and bike on a safer one.
More like a greenway, like King Street or 17th Street. So some kind of traffic calming that allows bicyclists to feel safer.
The plan has multiple projects, including 1D, a project that would make biking to and from the north side and south side safer. Right now, cyclists use the marsh trails, which can be challenging.
When our marsh trails do get flooded like they are right now, bicyclists don't really have a safe way to get from the north side to the south side or vice versa. And so a lot of bicyclists felt that that was a vital route, especially over the rail yard, through the marsh.
Unlike the 2012 plan, this highlights more protected facilities, including buffers.
This just kind of signifies a step forward for complete streets, which means everyone on the road gets some kind of space. And it signifies safety for bicyclists and pedestrians, but it makes it safer to drive as well if there's more of a designated space for those other forms of transportation.
In La Crosse, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now this morning.
The final meeting dates for the master plan are set for July 29th, 30th, and August 8th. New funds from a state program will bolster La Crosse County's ability to help families in need. The La Crosse County Board voted yesterday to accept over $35,000 in funds from Wisconsin's Families First program. At yesterday's meeting, one La Crosse County Human Services manager explained how they'll use the money.
In situations with housing instability, it's common that at times families, we may put them up in a hotel for a night or two, right, to keep them together until we can sort out a longer plan. So then we would pay that hotel cost on behalf of the family. Or if transportation is an issue and they have, maybe they need bus passes or maybe they need vehicle repairs so they can get to and from.
The state funds will be usable starting this month and will stay in effect until September 2025. Diversity, healthcare, and food, those are some of the community needs being addressed by a new conversation series that kicked off in Winona yesterday. Winona Together is a weekly forum designed to spark connection, foster belonging, and build relationships. Each session focuses on a different topic like mental health or the local food scene.
I'm so excited about this because this is an opportunity for community members to come together and connect with each other. There's not always a lot of spaces to do that. And especially for people who might be new to the community or might need some help to get to know people, this is a great opportunity to do that.
Winona Together is held on Tuesday nights from 5 to 7 at Peter's Beer Garden. No RSVP is needed and snacks are provided. The time now is 6:08. Still ahead on your morning news. Government studies show federal agencies are having a harder time getting accurate data. Boeing gross sales dropped 70%, and experts are looking into how income rates affect housing costs. And full body deodorant is making rounds in stores. We'll have more on what it is and how it can help you stay fresh. And for now, we are sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Cat lovers, it is your day to celebrate because it is National Kitten Day. Although let's be honest, for owners of kittens or even cats, every day is a holiday. But if you don't already have your own little fur ball to cuddle, head to a shelter to adopt or foster one. You can also celebrate the day by watching your favorite cat videos or posting your favorite feline on social media using the hashtag National Kitten Day. Don't go anywhere. Your consumer news is after the break.
Summer is here. Get everything you need for grilling or smoking with the Summer Freezer Filler Bundle from the Holman Locker and Meat Market. Eat healthy, shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey.
To oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
Today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. We carry the largest selection of garage doors in stock. Or you can design your own using our Garage Door Design Program. This 9x7 garage door is $449.99 after rebate. Complete your project with a Genie garage door opener. This powerful belt drive model is ultra quiet. Get it for $149.99 after 11% rebate at Menards. #1 in customer satisfaction among home improvement retailers according to J.D. Power.
Save big money at Menards.
Find comfort in your world in a stressless recliner. Take a time out, have a seat, and enjoy a special offer from Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Save in an instant on stressless furniture at Drury's in Fountain. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless recliner, sofa, or sectional, designed with the world's most innovative comfort features. Don't wait. It's time for stressless. On sale now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Why always the couch? Does he need to go to puppy school? Get his little puppy diploma. How much have I been spending on this little guy?
When your questions about life turn into questions about money, there's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save, and plan smarter. Only from Bank of America. What would you like the power to do?
Caregiving is better with more caregivers. Caregiving is better with Nomo. Nomo checks normal motion. You check the Nomo app to see if mom's day is normal or not, and not just you. You can invite family and trusted friends into mom's care circle. Mom out of bed, open the fridge, open medicine cabinet, from anywhere in the world, anytime, day or night, without cameras. No more, worry less with Nomo. Nomo Smart Care. N-O-M-O Smart Care.
Where is the best place for local, fresh, quality meat? The Holman Locker and Meat Market, of course. This month, our Locker Dogs, Cheddar Dogs are on sale. Shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Well, good morning to you, Wisconsin. That's what we're looking at right about now. Here we have some patchy fog out there right now. Black River Falls, we're going back to you. You've got 3 miles of visibility, but it gets worse. Once you get down into Sparta, 0 miles of visibility. Please take it slow out there. You're also going to be seeing down to Boscoville, still holding on to 5 miles of visibility, and well up to the north, 7 miles of visibility going into Ladysmith with more fog on the way. You can see over there by Wasau. You're also seeing the remnants of Burrell, and that's going to put some rainfall not only into the Great Lakes, but also getting closer to us from the Twin Cities area. Take a look at this. Rainfall's coming back our way for La Crosse. We may have a little rainfall going into the sunrise time, and then that high pressure gets a little bit closer. It may pull some of that rainfall back as we finish out the afternoon and into your evening. Yeah, not a lot. About a 20 to 30% chance of that rainfall moving into the picture. You can see it kind of sneaking in as we go into from Mason City, picking up some of that by Austin, as well as Preston, Decorah, then the Prairie du Chien as you get into the 3 o'clock hour. Take a look, the wind switch coming out of the northwest, and then that means we're going to get some of that rainfall kind of getting pulled back our way. So if you see that rainfall kind of cutting back down and south of Prairie du Chien and gets pulled back to the north of Prairie du Chien and then kind of pulls out from there. Rain amounts, you're seeing most of it is down to the south. Marshfield picks up a little bit of rainfall too. You get into Austin and not much for Eau Claire, maybe a little sprinkle or two, as well as La Crosse, so bear that in mind. Then we get into your current temperatures. We're looking at widespread 60s with some upper 50s mixed in there as well. And then once again, Eau Claire 69 to start at 8 o'clock in the morning, getting up to 84 degrees once we get into the 2 o'clock hour. Pretty much the same for La Crosse as well. Sunshine and partly cloudy skies, and then you get up to 84 just to start around the 2 o'clock time frame. I'll have more about this coming up for you in just a bit.
In your consumer news this morning, a new study is raising concerns about the continued reliability of government economic data. The report found federal agencies are at risk of not being able to produce accurate data. They're facing increasing challenges like budget cuts and falling survey response rates. The report makes 15 recommendations to modernize the system, but if changes aren't made, the study suggests it could put a strain on essential programs. Boeing reports it ended the first half of the year with gross sales down 70% from a year ago. The aerospace giant said it sold just 14 new jets in the past month, but it marked one of its best sales months of the year. Only 4 aircraft were sold in May and just 7 in April. June sales are down a whopping 95% from the 304 gross orders it took in June 2023. Airlines eager to expand their fleets are holding off on purchases while Boeing works through a myriad of problems. According to experts, some of the poorest U.S. states have some of the highest rates of home ownership. For example, Mississippi is the poorest state, but it ranks number 3 in home ownership. New York, on the other hand, has the 6th highest personal income rate, but ranks dead last in home ownership. Experts say big cities are largely to blame for the inverse relationship between a state's wealth and its home ownership rates. Homes in big cities tend to be more expensive than the average city dweller can afford to pay. Summer is the season of sweat. To beat the side effects that come with it, more people are reaching beyond underarms to whole body deodorant solutions. Maybe you've seen those commercials. Bradley Blackburn has more on the booming new product category.
It's a product flying off store shelves that many don't talk about.
Want to know a secret? More than just my armpits stink. That's why I use Secret whole body deodorant everywhere.
Secret is just one of the big brands now selling deodorant for the entire body. Dove, Old Spice, and others now jumping into a category created by a startup called Lumi.
For under boob, tummy folds, thigh folds, butt cracks, even feet. A little goes a long way.
Maybe you've seen the raw ads on TV or TikTok from their founder, Dr. Shannon Klingman, a gynecologist who invented the product in her kitchen.
Any place where we have skin touching skin, there's a potential for odor.
Dan Griffiths is Lumi's president. Sales grew to more than $300 million last year, and the company has now added a full body line geared to men. But the core customer is female.
We do have a pretty large following among women aged 35 to 55.
This full body boom echoes how underarm deodorant was popularized decades ago.
That's why I always use Stop It spray deodorant.
First convincing women and later men that odor was an embarrassment.
But does this really work on men?
You're doggone right it does.
One of the best ways to, make us do a thing or change our behavior is to create a social taboo about it.
Sarah Everts wrote the book on the history of sweat. She's not surprised full-body products are popular, but questions whether they're necessary.
You might as well just wear perfume and try and complement your body odor.
Whether driven by ads or by real need, it's clear more bodies are using it. Do you think there's more room to grow here?
We see lots of opportunity.
Inspiration from perspiration as more companies promise to stop the stink.
Dermatologists say you don't need to use deodorant where you don't have odor. They also advise using these products with caution because deodorants can irritate sensitive skin. That's it for your morning consumer news. Time now is 6:17. Let's check in now with News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett for a look at our forecast.
Yeah, I just told Alexandria, if I ever, just let me know, please, and all of my coworkers as well. Hey, near normal conditions today. We're going to get a little bit warmer, and the possibility of rainfall this morning, this afternoon, and this evening not out of the question. We're not expecting a whole lot. Only some folks are going to get it. Some of that's going to come from Burl, thanks to Burl there. In fact, we'll also be seeing some patchy fog in your forecast this morning. Chance of showers, as I've just mentioned, and maybe a storm or two. Warm conditions on the way as well for your afternoon, and that will carry over to finish out the work week and into your weekend. My, oh my. We're looking at visibility issues getting to Sparta 0 visibility. Also, Black River Falls, extending down to La Crosse and all the way down into Viroqua 2, down to Boscobel. So you'll be picking up some fog there. Up to the north, 0 visibility is probably going to get closer to areas by Ladysmith and Wassail, but right now 7 miles visibility there, 8 miles visibility there, and of course, as you know, within the hour or two, we'll probably see areas like Eau Claire and La Crosse drop down in visibility. All right, that being said, it's 50s and 60s this early morning, quite comfortable again if you get out and about. Still, it's a bit quiet out there right now. The winds are calm, and you're going to see that rainfall sneaking in from the west. They're kind of digging down toward the south, and eventually it's going to pick back up to the north. Why? Because we're getting those winds coming in out of the northwest, and that's going to cause a little bit of rotation, and that brings back that moisture from Prairie du Chien, and see it kind of move from the south and back to the north again before all this other rainfall becomes to clamp down on us, and it collapses on most of our region here. So we're not expecting a whole lot of that rainfall. Bear that in mind. As it gets into the morning hours for you to finish out, you're looking at La Crosse about 8 a.m. all the way up to about 12 p.m., 71 to 81 degrees, and then we'll take it into Eau Claire. Sunshine, a couple of these maps are a little bit different. You see a couple of these maps showing the sunshine. We're in and out of it. 69 to 81 degrees. Get out and enjoy it if you can. Have a good day and walk about. Rain amounts today, yeah, not looking at a lot. 1/4 inch maybe or less. You get up to areas right by Mansfield 2, you're looking at maybe 1/10 inch to about 1/4 inch as well. And in fact, for everybody else, we're looking at maybe 1/4 inch or less as well. But look at all that rainfall that's moving into the Great Lakes, and that is part by Burl again. All right, so that's about maybe 5 inches possible, maybe even 6. For the highs for today, well, you're looking at widespread middle 80s, maybe some lower 80s down to the south, due in part because of the rainfall. And once we get into tomorrow for Thursday, oh my, we're going to warm it up a bit. La Crosse about 87 degrees. You'll also see up in Eau Claire about 85 degrees, Ladysmith 84. And for folks down to the south, you're looking at those low to middle 80s. How about the next few days here as we roll right into it? 85 to 87, and then we go to 90 degrees. Remember when I said it was all 84s? Well, look at that. Big change going into Friday, Saturday with those 90s rolling in as high pressure pushes in as well, thanks to Burl bringing in some extra humidity. We'll also see conditions that track down just a wee bit, and we're going to hold on to at least a 30% chance of rainfall.
All right, Art, thank you. The time now is 6:20. Still ahead on your morning news. If you feel a little groggy after waking up this morning, you might want to stick around. Coming up in your morning medical news, we'll have a few tips that can help you deal with what's causing your dazed feeling and how to prevent it.
Coming up in the Blitz, the Brewers look to start their series strong against the Pirates. Plus, the Loggers looking to snap a losing streak at home.
Come into Comfort during the International Furniture 4th of July sales event. Get 40% off all Norwalk Furniture special orders and up to 50% off select floor samples. The Tri-State's largest Norwalk Furniture showroom is at International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
How much I weigh is nobody's business.
But Eric Hovde wants to make it his.
Eric Hovde thinks that if you're overweight, insurance companies should charge you more.
There should be consequences to those personal choices. Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
Hovde would increase healthcare costs for 1 out of every 3 people in Wisconsin.
Eric Hovde, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
Your home, a place of comfort and safety, could be trying to tell you something. Interior cracks, sloping floors, hard to open doors and windows are all signals of foundation failure that you can't ignore. At American Waterworks, we use modern techniques and warranted solutions to restore your peace of mind in your home. After all, your home's foundation issues won't get better with time, but it will with our proven solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for happy, healthy dogs.
Oh, I'm a stick, made out of stick.
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for balanced energy, active mind, and immune support. Helping dogs, dog healthy.
Improving your home, improving your life with new entry doors. Few things in your home get the constant use of the entry door. Older entry doors are often hard to open, hard to close, drafty, cold, ugly, insecure, or all of these things, a source of daily misery. Correctly installed entry doors provide a safety and security for your family. They are easy to operate, provide comfort, and say welcome to family and friends. Call or visit the Board Store for a prompt free estimate. Get more for less today and every day. The Board Store.
Come into Comfort during the International Furniture 4th of July sales event. Get 40% off all Norwalk Furniture special orders and up to 50% off select floor samples. The Tri-State's largest Norwalk Furniture showroom is at International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
It's an election year. You are going to hear all the promises and complaints and see the endless parade of ads.
But cutting through all the sound and fury, seeing the balanced truth and a fair story, you expect more, and so do we.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, the phrase home cooking has been a real thing for the Brewers this season. They entered last night's game with Pittsburgh looking for the first win of the set and eventually what they hope to be the 10th straight home series win. But the Pirates made the crew walk the plank. Top three, it's Brian Reynolds with one on, and he gets a hold of that pitch. That puts the visitors up early. Then Brewers down 2 in the 6th inning, but Joey Bart centers on that pitch from Bryce Wilson, and you can kiss that one goodbye. That blows the game open, making it 8-2. And the former Brewer, Rowdy Tellez, wants to join the home run party for the away team. That's the 100th of his big league career, 55 of those coming in Milwaukee. And when it rains, it pours. Jack Sawinski also going yard. Pirates knock out 5 home runs in this game, and they take the opener winning by 10 or more for the first time in franchise history over the Brewers. All right, let's go to the Lumberyard. La Crosse looking to snap a 5-game skid at home versus Duluth, and they use a big second inning to jump out early. Here, Elijah Ekus flares one to right, and that drops in for a hit to score 2. And Matt Mura coming up here, and he comes through with a clutch knock up the middle to plate 2 runners in scoring position and make this game 5-1. Then still in the second frame, the early dagger, and it is a big one. Baseball, 8-barrel. Derek Mitchell absolutely smashes that pitch to right field. 403 feet, the reported distance on that one. That makes it a 9-run Logger lead. Runs not hard to come by in this one, but it's the Loggers who come out victorious, defeating Duluth and snapping their losing streak. Final score 14-9. And some of you may remember her from the updates we've given over the years. Fiona Daniels, the first teenager with Down syndrome in the entire country to earn a pro card in bodybuilding, is a winner once again. This past weekend at the Wisconsin Warrior Natural 2024 event in Eau Claire, Daniels got first place in the standing adaptive category, while also placing 3rd in the amateur angel and 5th in her first ever bikini open against non-disabled participants. Her dad told me she wants to compete once or twice more before the end of the year. Big congrats to Fiona. That'll do it for the Blitz. See you tonight.
Summer is here. Get everything you need for grilling or smoking with the Summer Freezer Filler Bundle from the Holman Locker and Meat Market. Eat healthy, shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Maury's VW has all the latest Volkswagens with new product arriving daily, including the new 2024 Volkswagen SUV lineup, the large and very spacious Atlas and Atlas Crossport, the perfect size family-friendly Volkswagen Tiguan, and the practical, economical Volkswagen Taos. As always, you don't need to travel far to have your Volkswagen serviced. Come in for your test drive today at Maury's Volkswagen.
Find comfort in your world in a stressless recliner. Take a time out, have a seat, and enjoy a special offer from Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Save in an instant on stressless furniture at Drury's in Fountain. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless recliner, sofa, or sectional, designed with the world's most innovative comfort features. Don't wait. It's time for Stressless. On sale now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Why always the couch? Does he need to go to puppy school? Get his little puppy diploma. How much have I been spending on this little guy?
When your questions about life turn into questions about money, there's Erica, the virtual financial assistant to help you spend, save, and plan smarter. Only from Bank of America. What would you like the power to do?
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Explore our lighting showroom and check out our selection of over 50 in-stock Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. They help save on energy costs year-round while making your space comfortable. This Patriot Lighting 44-inch Minerva ceiling fan is $59.98 after rebate. Or get this Carlisle LED ceiling fan for $79.99 after 11% rebate at Menards. #1 in customer satisfaction among home improvement retailers, according to J.D. Power.
Save big money at Menards.
For anybody in this region who is facing mobility issues,
I'd recommend Access Elevator because I know Jason.
The thing that sets Jason apart is that commitment, that passion for making life more pleasant. He will help you think about how to make your life easier in ways that you have not thought about.
There's no second guessing. I immediately say, call Access.
Hi, I'm Jason with Access Elevator. Stop in and see us today.
Where is the best place for local, fresh, quality meat? The Holman Locker and Meat Market, of course. This month, our Locker Dogs, Cheddar Dogs are on sale. Shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market and much, much more.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time. You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
In your morning medical news, a new study is finding that using tampons may expose you to some toxic metals, including arsenic and lead. Researchers analyzed 30 organic and non-organic tampons from 14 brands in the U.S. and U.K. All were found to have measurable concentrations of at least 16 different metals. The study's authors say, although people are regularly exposed to low levels of toxic metals, using tampons could put women at a higher risk of exposure. Still, they say more research is needed. 7 to 9 hours a night, that's how much sleep is recommended for adults, but sometimes you can get the right amount of sleep and still wake up feeling tired. We know that on this shift. Mandy Gaither has more on what may be causing morning grogginess and how to help prevent it.
If you get enough Z's but can't kick the morning grogginess, there may be a reason, something known as a heightened state of sleep inertia.
It's just what it sounds like. You are awake, but there's a lot of inertia of sleep left over. That affects your memory and your mood, your reaction time, and your alertness as you're waking up.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta says these effects usually go away after 15 minutes to an hour, but they can also last longer. Gupta says it's not about the quantity of sleep when it comes to this. Instead, it's the quality of those Z's.
We've talked about the basics of good sleep hygiene before, like keeping your bedroom dark, quiet, cold, and avoiding screens at nighttime.
But Gupta says there are other lifestyle things that can also affect how a person feels when they wake, including being sedentary. Your body can get used to expending low energy, making you more tired, and having inconsistent sleep schedules like staying up late on weekends. He says it can create almost a jet lag effect.
Also, remember that some people might need more sleep than others. So maybe you need 9 hours, and other experts suggest trying to go to sleep an hour earlier or waking up an hour later than usual to see if that can also make a difference.
Experts say sleep is a critical part of being healthy. While you sleep, the body works to support brain health and also helps maintain physical health. A new facility in La Crosse is receiving a grant to promote community mental health. Mayo Clinic awarded Telluride Behavioral Health a grant of $35,000. The new facility will serve as a mental health urgent care center where it will provide crisis assessment, recovery, and empowerment.
People that typically come to programs like this need something more than just being sent to the community. They're not able to live for the short term on their own, but they don't need to be in the hospitals or the jails. And this really stops people from slipping through the cracks. And this type of program saves people's lives.
Telluride services include on-site nurses, mental health clinicians, and certified peer support specialists. Those who need more intensive care will be transported elsewhere. A surprising discovery about one of America's most iconic symbols has led to a push for new legislation. The bald eagle, long assumed to be our national bird, may not actually hold that official title. For over 2 centuries, the bald eagle has represented freedom and patriotism in the United States. It was designated as the national emblem back in 1782, but now a new new bill aims to give this majestic bird a title many thought it already had. The revelation came from Preston Cook, an eagle enthusiast who recently donated his extensive collection of eagle memorabilia to the National Eagle Center in Wabasha.
Chronology of when the bald eagle became our national bird. Couldn't find it. It doesn't exist. It is not our national bird. America has no national bird right now.
Last year, Cook wrote a bill to designate the bald eagle as our national bird. That bill was presented to Wabasha's U.S. House Representative Brad Finstad. In June, the representative brought the bill to Congress, and it's already getting bipartisan support. Representative Finstad and Cook are hoping Congress will pass the bill by the fall. A local organization is helping students get ready to go back to school with free supplies. Yesterday, the Erickson Boys and Girls Club put on a back-to-school fair for students at Northside Elementary who attend school year-round. The event provided families with free immunizations, vision exams, school supplies, and haircuts.
Back to school time is really an expensive time for families, and we hope to cut some of that burden, that financial burden on families. So kids come through, they get a lot of the school supplies they need, and then we just really try to be a one-stop shop for families.
This event is the first of 5 drives this summer. The next one will be August 6th at the La Crosse Center from 1 to 6. Building community pride and encouraging active lifestyles are 2 goals of the Eau Claire Sculpture Tour, open now in the city. The tour consists of 150 sculptures spread over several Eau Claire neighborhoods, making it the largest sculpture tour in the country. All art is provided by local and regional artists, and it's free to view, but also available for purchase.
It matters for tourism, for economic development, for education, for community unity, for civic pride.
Every year, the public votes to select one lucky sculpture for the People's Choice Award. That sculpture is purchased and permanently installed by the city. You can cast your vote at eauclaire.com. It is a big week for soccer fans across the world and across the U.S. as 2 major tournaments hold final matches this weekend. As Christian Benavides shows us, this year's Copa America is being hosted in the U.S. and the matches are drawing massive crowds.
This tailgate outside MetLife Stadium in New Jersey may look like it's for a Giants or Jets game, but all this excitement is for a different type of football.
It's kind of one of those once-in-a-lifetime experiences that you don't really know how to prep for.
Juanita Diaz is among the tens of thousands in attendance at Copa America, the premier soccer tournament in the Western Hemisphere, which is being hosted here in the U.S. 16 teams compete over several weeks.
The Copa America is a nice little appetizer for the World Cup come 2 years down the line that we're sharing with Canada and Mexico.
CBS sports analyst Nico Cantor has been closely following the tournament and the betting favorite, Argentina.
For the first time in my life, at Argentina games, I'm seeing a majority of people with Argentina shirts on that are not Argentine.
Argentine captain Lionel Messi's arrival to Inter Miami has provided a boom of interest in the sport here in the U.S.
Having the greatest footballer of all time on our soil is invaluable.
Football fever is adding up to record TV audiences, and analysts say it's having a sizable impact on communities, both economically and culturally. And while the U.S. team was quickly knocked out of the Copa with 2 straight losses, fans are still invested.
Let's go Brazil!
Proving that the U.S. is more than ready to welcome the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
This Sunday, the Copa America final will happen on the same day as the European Championship. That'll be a big day in my house. Time now is 6:36. Now here is News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett to tell us what to expect for a morning commute.
All right, how about some fog? How about maybe a little bit of rainfall? How about some showers and storms in the afternoon? It'll be a little bit warmer as well as we go through the next couple of days, and today will be no exception. 4 miles visibility for Black River Falls, getting much better there. Wausau up to about 8. 6 miles visibility up in Ladysmith, and then eventually we'll pick up some of that kind of circling all the way down to Sparta, who is at the lowest visibility right now at 0. Please be careful out there. Boscobel, about 5 miles visibility. Patchy to dense fog is also a part of your forecast as you go through the morning and into possibly into the latter portion of the middle morning. So be safe. Rainfall as a possibility as well. You've got Burl making a move over the Great Lakes, and we're spinning a little bit of rainfall back to our area as well as high pressure starts to push this little rainfall down to our south. It has a little bit bit of minor rotation with it as well, so that means it's going to circle down and sneak back down to the south and kind of bounce back again. You can see it kind of moving in as we go into the latter portion of the morning, and then eventually you'll see that kind of continue to pull right by Prairie du Chien, where it goes down and then kind of lifts back up with that circulation. You can see it kind of swirling around, so we'll pick up that rainfall, maybe 1/4 of an inch, possibly a little bit less in some locations. How about that? That's your forecast that I've got for you as well. There's a look at that rainfall that's coming in. Excuse me. And as we take a look here, you're going to see not much in the way of rainfall. Let's get to what we've got going on here now. There's my good friend here.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8, starting with Jack, turning 8 years old today. He loves to fish, watch the Green Bay Packers, and his pet lizard, Bob. Is Bob in the picture? Oh, he's got a fish with him.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So Bob's like, I'm going to get lunch. Hey, Ariella is also turning 8 years old today. She loves soccer, and she loves to play volleyball as well, making crafts and putting together puzzles.
And Heath is also turning 8. He loves being outside, playing with Legos, and playing baseball.
That's pretty cool. Hey, Grace is turning about 88 years old today. She loves to work in the garden and being around her 11 grandchildren and 17 great-grandchildren. Well done.
Yes, happy birthday to her. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button underneath the Home tab. And coming up, learn about an upcoming event that promises to edify, educate, and entertain people of all ages. Stay tuned for details on the La Crosse Storytelling Festival.
4th of July savings are going on right now at Home Furniture. Get up to an extra 15% off sale prices. This 7-piece room package is just $17.99, and this dining set is just $9.49. Hurry in. The 4th of July savings won't last long at Home Furniture.
It's a lot quieter around here than it used to be. I'm Rebecca Cook. When I was growing up, this farm was bustling. Holsteins, hired hands, harvesting crops. But big corporations put family farms like mine out of business. And what has Derek Van Orden done? Nothing. Tax cuts for big ag, rising healthcare costs, undermining our democracy, extremism. We need real working people in Washington. And that's why I approve this message.
Taco John's has always believed potato olays are the best potatoes on the planet. Now we guarantee it. We guarantee crispy on all outsides, soft on the inside potatoes. We give them a perfect sprinkling of our secret spice blend. And now we even guarantee your order of potato olays is served as hot and crispy as the ones in this commercial, or we'll replace them on the spot. Let's see if French fry guaranteed that. Potato olays, hot, fresh, and crispy, guaranteed. Only at Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
The Trempealeau County Fair, July 17th through the 21st in Galesville, Wisconsin. $5 daily admissions. Did you hear me? $5 daily admissions. You can't get anything for $5. There's something for everyone. The TNC Rodeo is Thursday, July 18th. Then Friday the 19th is the 12th annual Truck and Tractor Pull. And of course, Saturday the 20th, the Demolition Derby. Ooh, that one's gonna hurt. Ride All Day Carnival wristbands are just $10 at the Trempealeau County Fair.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Right now at Home World Rugs, get 15% off area rug sale prices with many different patterns, sizes, and shapes to choose from. And area rug experts in every showroom to help you find the perfect rug. 15% off area rugs at Home World Rugs.
All right, well, the days where you can just sit back and kick back and enjoy the weather here. We're going to be seeing some pretty nice weather coming in. It's going to get warmer here for you. And we have a little bit of rainfall coming and going as we go through the next couple of days. This is how it all plays out for you. First, we start off with a little patchy fog this morning, and in fact, that's going to continue to move through the area. And I must have hit something because I'm not kind of moving by. There we go. We've got rainfall going in there for Burl. That's just remnants of that. It's going to add in a little bit of rainfall to Chicago, as well as rainfall possibly coming to our direction as we go through the next few hours. We're also going to be seeing, again, the patchy to dense fog, as I've mentioned, chance of showers and storm activity, which is not a lot, 20 to 30% chance, and warm conditions for as we go into the 80s, holding on to middle 80s today, and then possibly warming up by a whole lot going into the 90s. In fact, we're going to be seeing temperatures around 2 miles of visibility, getting better for Sparta, picking up 6 miles of visibility up to the north. And Ladysmith, good morning to you folks up there. How about La Crosse, picking up some patchy fog now, but you'll see maybe some dense fog in an hour or so, and then eventually we'll go back into areas by Vogue-Field. You usually get some of that in the latter portion of the morning as well. And of course, Boswell is about 5 miles visibility. Your current temperatures right now, widespread in the 60s, but sprinkled with a few upper 50s in there as well. There's that rainfall I told you about kind of sneaking in. A little minor rotation with that as it goes over Mason City. Now right over to areas by Prairie du Chien as we go into 3 o'clock hour in the afternoon. We'll pick up some of that, and look at this rainfall coming back. It spins right back around again. Winds coming out of the northwest, eventually starting to push that rain down to the south. But again, we could see just a little bit of that rainfall coming back into the process for today. That being said, let's take a look. We're not going to get a whole lot of it out of there, but once you get into the morning hours, those middle morning hours are looking pretty nice. Mostly sunny skies to at least up to 81 degrees by the time we finish out the morning hours, and Eau Claire doing the same. Getting right up to Eau Claire, you're looking at sunshine to start and finishing out about the noon hour, about 81 degrees. Very nice indeed. As I told you, not a lot of rainfall expected today. You see La Crosse not picking up that much either, maybe a sprinkle or two. You'll get into the rainfall, maybe up to 1/4 of an inch for some folks, but you're going to see areas where Burl's remnants are. Well, you're looking at maybe 4, maybe even 3 inches in some cases for some folks there today. All right, that being said, look at the highs for today. 85 degrees today, 87 for tomorrow for La Crosse, Eau Claire, 85 for tomorrow for you as well. So you get your 7-day forecast, away we go with 85 degrees to 87 degrees. Pick it up 90 once you get into Friday, and then once more 94 for Saturday. Even warmer as you get into Sunday as well, 96 degrees. Get out and enjoy it if you can, but stay safe, drink some water, and have a good time.
The La Crosse Storytelling Festival is celebrating its 21st year at the Pump House Regional Arts Center. This weekend-long event brings together nationally recognized storytellers and local talents for performances, workshops, and even a chance for attendees to share their own tales. We're joined this morning by Terry Visker to tell us more. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning.
So nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, happy to have you. So just tell us a little bit, what people need to know about the festival.
Well, this is our 21st year, so we finally come of age. And Friday night is a little different. We used to do ghost stories with locals, but now we are going to have our featured tellers tell Friday night and Saturday night.
Okay.
On Saturday, and Eddie Allen from Trumpelow, he will also play both nights, and he's wonderful. He sings his stories. On Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock, we have our children's program, and that is free to everybody.
Okay.
And that's Hans Mayer, which we all know with My Brother Eats Bugs and God Bless My Underwear. You need to come and see it. We also have Lynn Ford, one of our featured tellers, will be telling, and then we have storytelling activities for the kids. Then in the later afternoon, Kevin Kling, who's ever popular in this area. He's from Minneapolis and just a wonderful storyteller. Takes you from laughter to tears to laughter, all in the same story. He'll do a workshop for us on storytelling. And then we start off in the late afternoon with Eddie Allen again, and then our version of The Moth, where people can tell their own stories. We call it the Luna. And then back again with Kevin Kling, Lynn Ford, and our local favorite, Michael Scott.
Okay.
So it is a full weekend.
Yeah, jam-packed.
Yeah, food, beverages, raffle, all the good things. And climate controlled because it's at the pump house.
Very important.
It is.
It's going to be a hot weekend, right,
Yes,
Art?
it is indeed. Hey, can you tell us about the history of the La Crosse Storytelling Festival and how's it grown over the last 21 years?
Well, it has grown a lot and changed a lot. It was started in 2003, I think that's what it works out to be, by 2 local lawyers. And they were both in theater and knew the importance of storytelling. And so we formed a committee and started it then. Then we were at parks. We were at various parks and under tents. And finally moved to our sort of home at Myrick Park, where we had 2 tents going. It was very, very big. But then a lot of us got a little old, and it was a lot of work, long hours. And the pump house kindly said, why don't you bring it here? And so we brought it there. We don't have to worry about heat, rain, all of those sorts of things. The pump house people couldn't be nicer, and so it's really a lovely home for us now.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you mentioned there's a free children's program.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about how storytelling benefits children. We know kids love to listen to stories.
They love to listen to stories. It's magical. It's magical. I mean, you can have some kids that are very robust, and they start once upon a time, and they just are there with you. It's how our brains work. It's how our brains evolved. It's also a literacy activity for kids. They need to be read to, but they also need to be told stories, because that brings the imagination in, because they're picturing everything. Where if you look at a picture book, everyone has the same Cinderella or princess,
Right.
but when you tell the story, everybody's princess is their own.
Yeah.
And so it's very good for the brain.
Yes, very good for the brain and mind for sure. Okay, so any website or anything else you want people to know before we go?
Our website is the lacrossestoryfest.com.
Okay.
And we also then are featured on the Pump House, which is thepumphhouse.org. And so you can get tickets at the Pump House. Because the adult programs you do have to pay for. It's just the children's program that's free.
Okay.
And our website also has a link to the Pump House to get the tickets.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for being here. Tell
Thank
us
you for
about
having
it.
me. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I'm sure we'll see you soon.
I hope so.
Thank you.
Dear, thank you.
Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Bring your home to life with colorful pieces from Ashley. Discover trending hues and styles starting at $499.99. From bold and bright to soothing and serene. Cue the color, only at Ashley. Shop more deals in store and online.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
How much I weigh is nobody's business.
But Eric Hovde wants to make it his.
Eric Hovde thinks that if you're overweight, insurance companies should charge you more.
There should be consequences to those personal choices. Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
How insulting is that?
Hovde would increase healthcare costs for 1 out of every 3 people in Wisconsin.
Eric Hovde, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
What do we think? Burglary gone wrong? More like a chilling spree.
You see it all too often. When you don't take care and maintain your system, it's all too easy for problems to pop up when you need it the most.
It's hard to stay cool under pressure. Proper service and maintenance is worth its weight in the cold. I'm not a fan of having problems. What can you do?
Call G&T as soon as humanly possible.
Don't lose your cool this summer. Call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Masterforce pressure washers help you get outdoor cleaning done fast. From cleaning dirt off driveways or removing mildew from fences with the assorted spray tips. And with the foam cannon, washing your car or boat is a breeze. This 2,000 PSI pressure washer is $177.99 after rebate. Need more power? This 2,500 PSI pressure washer is $239.99 after 11% rebate at Menards. #1 in customer satisfaction among home improvement retailers, according to J.D. Power.
Save big money at Menards.
Bring your home to life with colorful pieces from Ashley. Discover trending hues and styles starting at $499.99. From bold and bright to soothing and serene. Cue the color, only at Ashley. Shop more deals in store and online.
Download the News 8000 app today.
Welcome back. It's 6:52. Time for your morning news now. 2 children are dead and a woman injured after a Clark County stabbing. Officers were called to the 300 block of Oak Street in Abbotsford Friday. According to a press release, police found 2 children stabbed to death and an adult woman with stab wounds. The suspect, Victor Gomez Acosta, was found on scene with self-inflicted stab wounds. He's now being held on a $1 million cash bond in the Clark County jail. The woman was taken to a local hospital where she's recovering. Her name has not been released. New funds from a state program will bolster La Crosse County's ability to help families in need. The La Crosse County Board voted yesterday to accept over $35 grand from Wisconsin's Families First program. At yesterday's meeting, one La Crosse County Human Services manager explained how they'll use the money.
In situations with housing instability, it's common that at times families, we may put them up in a hotel for a night or two, right, to keep them together until we can sort out a longer plan. So then we would pay that hotel cost on behalf of the family. Or if transportation is an issue and they have, maybe they need bus passes or maybe they need vehicle repairs so they can get to and from.
The state funds will be usable starting this month and will stay in effect until September 2025. President Biden is hosting NATO's 75th anniversary summit in Washington this week as he tries to reassure fellow Democrats and the nation that he is fit to serve our nation for another 4 years. While party leaders are standing by his candidacy, some Democrats say he should step aside after his poor debate performance. Former President Trump campaigned in Florida last night. The Republican National Convention kicks off next week in Milwaukee. Former Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley says she's releasing her delegates to the Republican National Convention and urging them to support former President Trump. The former South Carolina governor said they need a president who will hold their enemies to account and get the economy back on track. A new facility in La Crosse is receiving a grant to promote community mental health. Mayo Clinic awarded Telluride Behavioral Health $35,000. The new facility will serve as a mental health urgent care center where it will provide crisis assessment, recovery, and empowerment.
People that typically come to programs like this need something more than just being sent to the community. They're not able to live for the short term on their own, but they don't need to be in the hospitals or the jails. And this really stops people from slipping through the cracks. And this type of program saves people's lives.
Telluride services include on-site nurses, mental health clinicians, and certified peer support specialists. A surprising discovery about one of America's most iconic symbols has led to a push for new legislation. The bald eagle, long assumed to be our national bird, may not actually hold that title. For over 2 centuries, the bald eagle has represented freedom and patriotism in the United States. It was designated as the national emblem back in 1782, but now a new bill aims to give this bird a title many thought it already had. The revelation came from Preston Cook, an eagle enthusiast who recently donated his extensive collection of eagle memorabilia to the National Eagle Center in Wabasha.
Chronology of when the bald eagle became our national bird. Couldn't find it. It doesn't exist. It is not our national bird. America has no national bird right now.
Last year, Cook wrote a bill to designate the bald eagle as our national bird. He's hoping it'll pass this fall.
All right, how about some fog and low cloud activity this early morning? Visibility is dropping down in some locations. You can see by Sparta down to now about 2 miles visibility. And also down by Boscobel, picking up some fog as well. Patchy to dense fog is part of your morning. Bear that in mind. You're going to warm up this afternoon pretty quickly through the mid-morning hours as we roll into the 80s pretty quickly. And then you're going to see those middle 80s possibly for your forecast. Tomorrow, much warmer. And then over the next few days, we'll keep the heat going right into your weekend. Bear that in mind with 90s on the way. Yeah, 90 to 96 degrees. Yikes, with some storms on the way.
Wow, 96.
It's hot.
Next time you get into a rideshare vehicle, you may want to pay closer attention to what's in the back seat. One passenger in Minneapolis, oh no, got the ride of their life after seeing a previous rider left their boa constrictor in the back seat. Police were later called to the scene and gave the animal to animal control. No officers, drivers, passengers, or snakes were harmed in the bizarre incident. What would you do?
Oh, call Indiana Jones and ask him for some help.
I would call the police, I think. No snakes were harmed in that incident, by the way. Thank you for starting your morning with us. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Wednesday. Oh.